Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Really Dicey. We're going to talk about MORK BORG, a four-time Emmy winner of 2020. I like this book. It is pretty much a child of heavy metal albums and a graphic novel. It's the most interesting role-playing book that I've probably seen in a while. Every page stands out to you. It's a interesting book. It's pretty much the timeline takes place. Actually, I'm not sure if it takes place on Earth. It takes place on a world where it looks like it's some sort of medieval era, but the world's dying. The gods are giving up on it. Everyone's giving up on it, and you're just trying to either make money out of it or trying to stop the impending doom of the apocalypse.
Yeah, I agree. It's visually stunning. You know, not just the pictures and everything, but the very layout of the text. You know, everything is done stylistically, from the charts to the pictures to everything, the fonts. It was a very evocative book. It was Death Metal the RPG. It's kind of a pagan apocalypse. It's Revelation's end of time sort of thing, only, you know, not Christian, very pagan. It's really dark, nihilistic world. It's got a very simple system, so it doesn't get in the way of the unrelenting doom.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of random tables for your character backgrounds, for your equipment, for your weapons, for these things called omens, which are these strange little powers that you can use a couple times a session. It's a very kind of open-ended game. There are lots of very specific details, but it really is kind of an outline of a gaming world. There is a lot of stuff left for the GM to do, including the actual details of how the apocalypse unfolds, including also like ways to stop it. I mean, you mentioned what do the characters do? Yeah, they can look for treasure and magical items, but you kind of wonder what's the point if the world's going to end next Tuesday. They also mentioned a couple times that you could try to stop the apocalypse, but the book doesn't actually give any details on how to do that. So maybe that's not possible. Maybe that's an empty mission, but that's not something else that's left up to the GM. Character advancement is actually left up to the GM. There's no experience system. It's just when the GM thinks the characters may be able to advance. But even then, you think they may advance, you take a roll and they might actually get worse. So it's really kind of a dark, nihilistic game. And you got to really have the right group of players who wants to embrace that. Because to tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure what the PCs would be doing or why. Yeah. They have to go out of their way to say that the big god in charge is really opposed to suicide. It seems like that's the reasonable solution. To just off yourself in such a craptastic world. I mean, wow, everything's so bad. Personally, I don't know if I'd actually play this as it's written. But I'm glad to own it because there was tons of great material I will steal for other games. There's lots of magical items. There's a page of prophecies, which is just great, really revelation sort of stuff, which is fantastic. There's a lot of crazy NPCs that could easily be taken and put into other games. One great thing about the prophecies is you roll every day to see if one of them comes true.
Yeah, and I believe that if you get 7 of them,
it's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's over. The game is over.
It really is like gaming a Blue Oyster Cult novel. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I suppose the perfect game for 2020, right? We all run and scream and then die.
Oh, that's true. I think this could be like a good way to express the angst. Role players to express the angst of this year. Yeah. That's why it calls to me. So usually games like this don't really call to me so much, like very different game. But this, I don't know, something about this calls to me. Maybe it's because the way the art It's like every page in this book is thought out. Like when it comes
Yeah.
to the style of it.
Yeah.
There's no page wasted. Everything's designed in a certain way that I'm looking at it. That if you would told me, hey, this is a collection of album covers from different doom and black metal bands. I would say, yeah, okay, yeah, that looks just like what I expect to see. So yeah, they do a great job with the font, great job with the colors and the layout. I was very, very impressed with that. So this is about 98 pages. It's not a huge book,
Yeah.
and it's not text heavy. There's no. It's very few pages where it's just all text. It's just sometimes there'll be like a line of text in a
There are
page.
pages where there are no text.
So it has about 12 pages of monsters,
Yeah.
15 pages of world building, 20 pages of at the end for one huge adventure, and then adventure seeds, and the
Yeah.
rest of it is just character building.
Yeah.
Um, um,
Um, I appreciated the fact that, one of the problems I had reading through the book was that the rules and the gaming world all just kind of mixed together. But at the end of the book, there's a nice little chart that tells you which pages have the rules on them and which pages have the setting in them, which is nice because otherwise it's not the most convenient book to flip through. Where was that rule in encumbrance? Was that before the severed head or after?
yeah, yeah. The index page is really thought out at the end. I was really really impressed how they put that together because most of the pages it's just an afterthought for most creators.
Yeah.
So they thought this through.
Yeah.
Even the I forgot the term for it. The and behind the front cover and the back cover, there's charts.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so if you're looking for something really fast, you could just
End
kind
pages.
of,
Yeah.
yes, the end pages. So I thought that was really cool too. It's not very rules heavy.
Very light system, very
I
simple.
actually made a character like in 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Yeah.
your character?
He's in.
I
He,
love the uh, the optional rule that says you can name your character if you want to, but that won't save you. And that sums up the game.
yeah, even class is optional. You don't have
Yeah,
to have a class.
that's right. That's right.
Because it doesn't matter. It's really about surviving
Yeah.
in this game.
And tell me
Um,
about your victim character.
yeah, I didn't bother with a name.
Yeah, why bother? It's like a goldfish. Don't get attached.
They're a cult herb master,
Okay.
raised in the legal markets of Schleswig. Only has a sharp needle. Interesting thing about this game, you start out with picking out your equipment first before you do anything else. That's like the first thing you do. I thought that was really interesting, and I didn't get much. I got a sharp needle and a small but vicious dog. I named it Bob
Stabbing with
Jr.
the needle.
Yeah. I have a sword. I have heavy armor. There's only 4 traits that you get in the game. There's no skill list or anything like that. Just 4 traits: agility, presence, strength, and toughness. Which my highest roll is a presence which is 17. Which that's the only plus. That's the only plus I have in my whole system. I have 10 hit in my whole character. I have 10 hit points. Um, I have a rotting face, so I wear a mask, and I tend to pick my nose till it bleeds.
Oh God, yes. Some of those things are disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know. My
oh,
backstory is that I'm currently pursued for manslaughter, and yes, there is a bounty. Uh,
ah,
so,
charming.
so I agree with you in the sense that this maybe not be a well, maybe it depends on the game master. Like, I don't see this like popping up on my regular dungeon master game, and someone bring this out, say, let's play this. But this is like a really perfect game for a con. Because
Oh,
character building is really fast and
yep.
it's really brutal. You looks like you die pretty fast in this game.
It would
And
be a good game for a con because you could start by making the characters. You just set aside half an hour, everybody makes characters, and then terrible, horrible, horrible stuff happens to them, and the world ends and everyone dies.
yeah, and the adventure at the end is pretty good. I looked through it and saw the scenarios that they set up. Looks like it's a lot of fun. A good game master could do a lot of really horrible things to their players in this game.
Wouldn't even have to try very hard.
It does feel like it belongs like if you're a fan of the old school heavy metal magazine,
Yep.
2000 AD, things like that. This is perfect for that type of audience, I think. I think overall, I'm very happy to have read this book. This is a great book. I will keep it, even if I don't have a chance to play with anyone. Just the art style alone makes me want to hold
Yeah.
on to it.
No, happy to have it in my collection.
Please
So.
like and subscribe, support the channel, and we'll see you soon.